Hey guys, it's Roots. Today we're going to do two different facial masks, mainly because I've got to take them to my niece and hopefully you guys will like this. We're going to do a turmeric facial mask, which is very, very good for acne. Absolutely excellent, as a matter of fact. Anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, real good smoothing. This mask is actually one of the masks that's used by a lot of Indian brides. They say it lightens the skin. I don't know about that because I haven't been using it for that, just trying to smooth out some of the dark spots. But we're going to do the turmeric mask first, and then we'll do the second mask. So we're going to get started. Come on, cameraman, let's bend down. Okay, the first thing we're going to add, this is my big old bag of rice flour. And I still haven't put it in a glass jar because I use it so often. Actually, I think this is about my third, fourth bag. This is not exact measurements, but I'm going to try to keep up with it. We're going to put 4 large tablespoons of the rice flour. Rice is excellent, excellent for the skin. Very smoothing on the skin. Smoothing and soothing, as a matter of fact. We're also going to do Besan flour, which is also called chickpea flour. You can eat this and use this in recipes. That's why I have different spoons for each thing so that I don't double dip. It's a nice ground chickpea. It's also called garbanzo beans. Real good for the skin. Some of the things I will list in the description box. We're going to put 3 tablespoons of the chickpea or the Besan flour. Chickpea flour, I should say. We're going to put 2 large tablespoons of the honey powder. And I have flour all over me, but that's okay. I like it. Honey powder, you know, all the good properties of honey. Plus, it's real good for antibacterial, which is what you're wanting to do when you're having problems with acne, is to try to kill some of that surface bacterial if possible. We're also going to use, we're going to stay down on the table, darling. We're going to use coconut milk powder. You know, this is one of my absolute favorite things. And, oh man, that smells so good. Has lauric acid. We're going to add 3 of those. And the last thing that we're going to add is the turmeric powder. One thing I will caution you about with the turmeric, one of the best anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, all those things. Scientists have also shown that it does have some anti-cancer properties. So they recommend that you eat a lot of this in your diet. One of the things I will warn you about, though, is it stains quite badly. I do this as a dry powder because I take it when I go on trips, and I also sell it to some of my friends. We're going to put 2 big heaping teaspoons of this. Actually, I'm going to put 3. So if you have a sparkling white sink that is brand new and you don't want to get dirty, this may not be the facial mask for you. Because even though it looks a absolutely beautiful orange color, and it looks like, oh, it'll be fine, once it hits the water, and I'm going to show you in a second, this is a quick 2-minute recipe, something that I have sold to several people. Several of my friends have used this with their teenagers who are going through acne. One of them even used that I don't remember the name of it, that liquid form of acne medicine, which worked okay, but said that this worked absolutely excellent. As with anything, if you're faithful to it, it's going to work well. But she said that he used this not only on his face, but his back, and that helped to take care of it. But turmeric has been used for thousands of years by Eastern cultures, and Eastern brides have used the Besan flour and turmeric mask forever. They have a lot of videos on YouTube that show a similar wet version of this, but because what I make has to travel, and some of the people that I have sold it to, one guy even was here for a seminar, and he bought quite a bit of it. He lived in Germany and bought it for his 2 teenage daughters. And, of course, this was 10 times easier to take than a liquid. But let me grab a plate here. Here we are. Because I want to show you exactly how much this stains. We're going to do just a little bit of it. Put a little bit of it in my hand. I'll put a drop of water on the plate. Let's see here. See how bright yellow that turns? This could be your porcelain, ladies. Although I don't mind if my porcelain sink gets all yellowed and stained. I bleach it. But this is not so much grainy, It goes on the skin well. I usually apply this twice a week to whatever part you want to apply it to, from head to toe actually, and let it dry well, and then just rinse it off. Rinse is very easy, but like I said, it will stain your sink, so be aware of that. Now, we're going to move this over to the side. We have this, and I'll put it in a container in just a second. And we're going to go to the next one, which is going to be a little bit smaller. And then I'll come back and show you exactly how they look on the skin. One lady asked me if I could actually do that. So we're going to do the nutmeg. Let me clean this off, and I'll come back in just one second. Okay, guys, we have finished the turmeric facial mask, and now we're going to do the second part, which is the nutmeg facial scrub. Let me give a little warning at the beginning for nutmeg. Nutmeg, if you use too much of it, they say you can have LSD type symptoms. So I don't know. I've never eaten that much nutmeg. I buy organic nutmeg, especially when I can find it on sale. I usually buy the whole, but in this case I got the grated because I didn't want to go through all that. Also, if you're pregnant, they say you can't have large doses of nutmeg, and if you take certain psych or drugs for psychiatric issues, that you should not take a lot of nutmeg or even possibly use this mask. So that is a disclaimer at the beginning, guys. But anyway, we're going to get started. The reason that I like this mask, not only does it tingle really nice, it smells like, oh my goodness, if you like the smell of nutmeg, which I absolutely adore, it kind of smells like the holiday time, but because it is antioxidant and helps with fine lines and wrinkles, we're always trying to fight that. This is one of my favorites. I try to do the turmeric to try to keep that skin looking a little clear. Nutmeg is antioxidant, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, similar things to turmeric, but I am mainly going because it is a scrub, which you're not going to scrub the skin, which is ironic. I'll show you when I put this on exactly how you're supposed to do it, but we're going to get started, okay? Let's pan down, cameraman. We're going to do coconut milk powder again. A lot of the recipes are similar. That's why I always say if you're going to buy a product, make sure that you can use it besides for one simple thing. We're going to put 3, not so much heaping this time, tablespoons of the coconut milk powder. Now, if you don't want to use the coconut milk powder, I like it because it has the lauric acid and makes that skin baby soft. You could use another milk powder if you wish, which this one actually has 2. We're going to also have dry milk powder. It's just milk, mix and drink dry milk powder. We're going to put 2 tablespoons of milk. So we got 3 of the coconut milk powder and 2 of powdered milk powder, which is a cow's milk. We're also going to put honey powder in there again. We'll put 1, 2 tablespoons of the honey powder. And this is my favorite. Oh man, if this had smell-o-vision. Oh man, that smells so much like a nice, beautiful pie. We're going to put 1, if I can get it out the jar, they really have it packed. And I would say that's about 2 tablespoons. One more good sniff just because of the nutmeg. We're going to give that a nice good stir. Make sure we kind of bang it a little bit to get the spices in here. Man, this kitchen smells like I am making fresh eggnog. If you're a Christmas person like I am, you would really, really appreciate this smell. This is more of a grainy mask, and I'm going to show it to you on the plate before I actually put it on my skin. Let me put a little bit of water on the plate. Get a little bit of that. Let's put a little bit more water. As you can see, this is a little bit more grainy. It's not so much that it breaks down. It's more like a scrub. But when you put this on the skin, make sure you're not scrubbing too hard. It kind of feels almost like an apricot kernel scrub, except you're getting that wonderful aroma. Oh man, you could just lick your hands. Since all the things are edible anyway, it wouldn't hurt if you did. But I'm going to go and put some of this on my skin, and I'm going to show you the difference in both of the masks, and you can kind of see how they actually look on your skin. And I'll be back in just a minute, okay?
Ready.
Hey guys, I have the mask on. I have the turmeric facial scrub. Let me show you the turmeric. Well, actually not the scrub, but the mask. And it's on this side. It's kind of yellowish. I'm waiting on it to dry. See, it turns my finger kind of yellow. And I have the Nutmeg Scrub on this side. You can't see it that well because, of course, I have brown skin. If you put a little bit more nutmeg, of course, it would be thicker and darker. But first of all, nutmeg costs too much. And second, I don't want too much on my skin. I want enough to give me the scrub and the benefits. But you don't have to put that much where your entire face is brown. But like I said, it will turn you kind of yellow. So have a towel that you don't mind getting a little discolored at times. But I ended up with 2 batches of the turmeric facial mask. And since I'm going to give this to somebody, I always put it in little plastic bags. Of course, I always buy the things that are on discount. So I bought the Valentine's bag for $0.10. And then I put them in little containers. That way they're easier to transport. And that way you can scoop them out as need be. And you have your turmeric facial mask. Some people say it's a scrub, but I use it more as a mask. I put it on about 2 to 3 times a week. Not only on my face, but my arms and my chest. And if my honey's around, sometimes he'll help me put it on my back. But I'm trying to keep that skin nice and clear. But the nutmeg, I only do that once a week. Mainly because I'm not wanting to use too much. I'm not wanting to scrub my skin too much. And I don't want to overdose on the stuff. Like I said, too much of it can give you kind of crazy effects. I've not tested that theory out, so if they say it gives you LSD effects, I don't know anything about that. But as it dries, this still is kind of flaky, kind of crumbly a bit. And this not so much tightens up. It's mainly because I got a little bit up on my eye area. But rinses off wonderfully. When you rinse it, you're going to see how pretty your skin is. But you guys try it. Don't take my word for it. As always, try it for yourself. Look up the ingredients, do your research. One lady said that's what she had me for, to do the research, but I think with anything, before you try it, you should always research it. But I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you soon. Actually, I won't see you soon. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. I have a child who has an illness that has to be taken care of, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.